Don't. Okay, Fambulem, I bring on a massive greetings from the TN podcast. For begin with, I want to apologize because we be supposed to start the program 30 minutes ago, but we got another live program, and when we decide for phase into this program, we also develop some technical issues and some delay problems. Today, how you call them? The second is a Saturday, the 2nd of August, 2025, and we want to talk about the issue of electoral justice. With me today, we get a host for the very first time because it's not a debut program. We're happy for Mr. Gabriel Jallo, and we get two analytical minds, two of the best that you can find in the business, in persons of Imran Toure, commonly known as IMT, and Mr. E.R.P. Thomas. Very interesting program, and in control of this program will be Mr. Gabriel Jallo. Gabriel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My family is like I foresee una cabo, and una good evening, una good morning. Any partner the world, una day whatever climate or weather. We this online talk go meet una. We want to accept them because we all one family. Me na Gabriel Ishmael Jallo, and me na the presenter for this program what we call Sober Talk. And Sober Talk, we all know what he mean. And I want to take this moment for tell Sir Prince Tenki after a long time, and for I get the opportunity for talk to una today about issues we get for do with Mama Saloon. And I want to take this moment for also say this is a great opportunity for us to don't face to face with the legendary Imran T. Last week, a few days ago, I see we had. I take me time for listening. I say, wow, yeah, Papa, good uncle, good evening, sir.
Well,
good evening, Mr. Imran. Yeah,
Jallo, it's a pleasure meeting you. But before I say anything, I want to sing about this year. One night I was here. Mi fambulem cabo plenty couche. And I also see a big legend there at the screen. When I'm my brother, I love him so much, I appreciate him. And I'm not seeing a one man way, don't work tirelessly try for educate and empower Sierra Leoneans. Sir A.R.P. Thomas, thank you very much for your good work. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Then at least let me talk about my own covenant brother, Mr. Thomas. For me, we don't defect all along. Now, man, they talk in mind. No one know what you feel as long as in mind don't take say this now belief. In battle force, get in the battle not cut across. We meet someone or two just the body. So, Mr. Thomas, it's a pleasure to meet you after a long time, sir. And what the Pulnado today, I make up the call you say maybe Pulnado for see Mr. Thomas. Yeah.
I'm honored to be here, Brother Gabriel. Thank you so much for having us on the TNT TV media podcast. You know, it's a home. This is a home for all of us, and it's always a great moment for come on the program. And I congratulate you on your debut today, Mr. Jallo. Yes. And we look forward for make this day a special day. I want to acknowledge my brother Imran T. Me and Imran we don't come a long way, very long way, years and years and years, but collectively I believe we don't make an impact in Sierra Leone advocacy. When it comes to advocacy generally, we've made an impact. So I want to say hello and congratulate my brother.
Legend. Well, me Fambulem, we get a very, very important topic we will get for discuss in the next time we God will give in this it got to do with we shape into two segments, the electoral justice And we discover say some of we grey heads them go na Ecowas courts a few days ago for really find a solution for the debacle way Salon don't encounter since 2018. But before I turn over the mic to me guest them, I want for get a reflection. I want for predicate this information or this talk to a very, very important journey where Salon we don't tread on. And the journey of I think the Second Republic, we starts the Second Republic, we will get that election 26 to 27 February 1996, and on the 15th we get a runoff. The SLPP win the election, and that election we can say beyond all reasonable doubt, James Junan have been the Electoral Commission. That election, the international community accepts them because we be the power. And that election, United National People Party, the LAMP, John Kerfasmat, na them be win, na them be get, na them be the opposition, na the parliament. Then fast forward 5 years later, on the 14th of May 2022, we get another election where the SLPP win. Of course, Sierra Leoneans decide for give Alaji Tijan Kaba a landslide because of the war and all of the policy that we put, then get a landslide. And the SLPP win that election, but the UNPP be lost the majority in the parliament. APC be replaced the UNPP, and APC become the opposition leader. 5 years later, on the 11th of October 2007, and we get another election, and the 8th of September, the runoff. APC be returned power after 18 years when they lost power from that coup. But by then, there was a change in we journey, with democratic journey. The PR system was replaced with the first past the post system. And by then, we no get war again. We no need pass the post system. Everything be done there in order. And 2017 November, and Escoma been maintained, win the election, re-election, and APC then been handle the majority in the parliament. But something begin happening as alone on the 7th of March. Between the 7th of March 2018, we get another election when the runoff na be 31st March. SLPP be win the election with retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. But something happened by that election where the first time in the history of we politics, the opposition be win the parliament. They win more seats in the parliament, and that was the first test of democracy. I would say the first test of democracy. That was the time where APC when SLPP come back in the power, but never a time when we get the ruling government and then win the state house. The one party wins state house, and the other party win the parliament. And something happened that time. They will touch me and will touch many Sierra Leoneans. 12 seats go to two parties. CPC win 8 seats. They win the corner seats, while NGC win 4 seats. NGC win 4 seats, and Salon gets a balanced democracy. Now, by the time that they expect Salon forget a democracy what the world is proud of, because the people of Sierra Leone actually decide for Giwi a balanced leadership. They give state house to the president and parliament to the other party. But we shocked, we surprised for see what happened from that time day now. From that time when APC win the parliament. And what happened from that time, now I get to, because before we talk about electoral justice, I want to give a background why all these things come out, according to my own observation. And now all this election they want to mention, we can remember say, even though the international observer and the local observer they may tell we say the election requires some reforms, but never a time where any of them body say this election not free and fair. Never a time. All the election here then give and thumbs up. Qatar Foundation, European Union, Ecowas, OAU, and we all local observer. They say the election are free and fair. On the 24th of June 2023, there was a very, very unexplainable election we put inside we did today. This this election, the government, the president, he win the election according to the electoral commissioner with 56%. But strangely, even at the even when Ecowas said them, they argue this now the Ecowas parliament. Why Sierra Leone after all this election we don't get? Why Sierra Leone for go back to the PR system? I watched a program at the Ecowas parliament where Edwin Snow, the Liberian lawmaker, said it was shocking that Sierra Leone is returning to the PR system. With all what's happening, the government imposed a PR system. Then APC, SLPP win 81 seats, APC win 54 seats, and the other party then die natural death. C4C and NGC die. So far so good. Now the background is of we electoral journey. But the only different per the election here, this now the only election where the Carter Foundation say it gets inconsistency. The European Union say this election gets inconsistency. Then the United States Foreign Relations Chairman, I watched VOA. He said this election gets inconsistency and the people of Sierra Leone are being robbed. And again, the United States imposed traveling ban for the one then when they find out say they're responsible for this setback. So now this background, as I represent this show, I decided for bring this background so that we can understand Usai this issue the carry go. But before ever we even touch the let me first of all ask me guest them first. Please, I want to know, Mr. Let's start with me, Mr. Iyatomo. Mr. Iyatomo, waiting now your observation so far. Your observation so far in electoral evolution. What now observation from the time we start election to today? Give me a preview of your understanding of saloon democracy.
Well, thank you very much, Brother Gabriel, for having me again once more. If we say
hello, Iyatomo, you did it?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I think Mr. Imran Siladu, I want you to be
please.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you say there's been a lot of progress made, democracy not to teen way, not a teen way big start and then it finishes straight away. It's a process. It takes time. Democracy takes a lot of work. Democracy takes a lot of effort for make we able to get to where we are. So, I mean, since after I actually look at the democracy from after the war, because before the war we've been getting a lot of mishaps and questionable elections and one-party systems and so on and so forth. So really after the war, now we'll be really focused on practical democracy, I would say. So if you look at it from that angle, you see that we've progressed a lot. Significant progresses have been made. We don't get free and fair elections. We bring Pakaba into governance. Then immediately after the war, we get another election after Pakaba. We bring Dr. Anes Baikoroma to government. That in itself was also free and fair. We get a runoff in that election in 2007 between APC and SLPP, the two main political parties that the country. And then we get another election in 2018. But anyway, we get another election before that. We APC win as well. That was easy victory for APC in I believe was in 2012, and then we get another election in 2018. We also go into a runoff, and then SLPP wins. So there's been change of governments from between both political parties since the war ended in 2002. If you say the first election where SLPP came into power in 2018, APC being contested that election, let's not forget that APC being raised concerns that the election they feel that it was tampered with, SLPP tamper with the election and through electronic means and so on and so forth. But there was no meaningful action on the part of APC. So SLPP continued their leadership. And then we get another election following in 2023, June 24. That was the most controversial election, I think, we don't get in Sierra Leone, in the history of Sierra Leone, was most controversial, where a lot of questions were raised about the conduct of the election, not only during the election, but events leading to the election and after the election. The opposition party, APC, felt sidelined. They felt like they were oppressed. And they raised a lot of questions about the PR system, the proportional representation system that they disagreed with. So the international community also stepped in. They also raised their own concerns. But ECSL, Electoral Commission Sierra Leone, at the end of the day prevailed and called out the election and pushed ahead. And BO has been continuing a second term to date. So I just want to say that, yeah, this is just a brief summary of with democracy since the deadly 10-year war we've been getting at Sierra Leone. So with democracy, they progress slowly. We've had challenges, but we've also had a lot of successes along the way. We've had successive changes of governments and political parties in the country with no significant, I wouldn't say very significant disruptions to the operation of the country or the functions of the country. So it's been generally progressive. And even the 2023 election itself, it make a lot of progress, because if you look at the tripartite we can talk about mainly today, you will see there's been significant progress. The international community, for once since 2002, don't put so much emphasis on electoral justice, on ensuring that the electoral laws of the country are followed, on ensuring that the elections are free, fair, and open, and the wishes of the people are actually respected. So there's been a lot of attention and focus on Sierra Leone democracy lately. So, and bottom line, this is my overview of the democracy that we so cherish in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Iya Thomas. And let's turn to me, Uncle Imran Sila. For you, you even give me a feedback even before this republic when 96. We want to give you a preview of what you understand in Sierra Leone democratic journey.
Okay, just a small correction. Mina Imran Ture, Imran Sila, and the SLPP guy. Mina Imran T.
Imran T, Imran Ture, not to Sila. Okay. Yes, sir, Imran Ture.
The brother put a good case. I'm not going to talk for say are diametrically opposed to what he say. One side where I agree with them, democracy in Atiwa and the nurture. If you buy seed, you they plant them, it grow. But unfortunately in Sierra Leone, we not even plant the seed yet. And I will tell you the reasons then why I say we not plant the seeds yet. Because we get a constitution will not be follow. And say democracy not the function without the rule of law. And the constitution are part of that system there. You see, 61, we get Samuel Timagai, when I be the prime minister. The rule where sadly God call him, 64, he passed on. When he passed on, a brother mysteriously come forward, they become the prime minister. We become the prime minister, the constitution, then 61 constitution talk for say, if I did it for 1 year and call election, then talk fire, you know, listen to nobody, in as much as that was what was required for him to do. He did it. Day 67, he called election, he lost the election. Then life and we there is so much revisionism they go on in Sierra Leone. People in the talk about historical events them. But in the life and the people them, they say SLPP, APCB brackets. It's a lie. I have authentic original documents correspondences will take place between Pasheki, Salbat Magai, and Lightfoot Boston, when I be the Governor General. Where they may try for talk for say the election, it was done in a tribal basis. That was not the case. APC beat SLPP in Abo Town. And the person will swing the vote in Abo Town, na Emmanuel and be called Prince Williams, when I be dispenser in Abo. He was SLPP, the Nogian symbol for SLPP, he go independent, you know. So he win and he can join APC. Let us say something now. You see, democracy cannot function without the rule of law. APC win that 67 election day, SLPP seized power because they're not feeling for lose power. And SLPP from 1954, take 1961, now they be in charge. They were the only parties. In 58, the party fragment, where Albert Magai and several other lawyers then break away, Abu Kuruma, people like Batan Macaulay, this mania, Gashon Collier, they all break away, then go from PNP. But there was so much civil war inside the SLPP at that time. And at that time, the SLPP proposed, after we PNP died, then proposed, say, they will make one party. That one party, they Sheikh Stevens opposer. But we ain't kind of power. Since they don't vote in a parliament, they're not for be able to carry on with them. Now the next parliament, they're for able. We in come now, after we the disenfranchise a leadership where he win the 67 election, he go Guinea, now 68, he can't take power. And all subsequent elections then get questions. But the one will take place, this 2023, we not see anything like that before. Not just in Sierra Leone. Everywhere in the world, they don't want to see these kind of elections. Election will breach all the constitutional rules them we supposed for guide we in elections. And the person where the constitution give the responsibility for manage the elections, it totally go against the rules, do what he wants, then we get a situation where even the results, they're not able to publish them, where the constitution mandate say people then forget. So when you look at that, how can you have a democracy where the rule of law not applicable? So it's a facade. For make we they talk say we get a democracy, we not ever get democracy, we not ever get political parties, because political party forget ideology. Political party forget a purpose. The main purpose, get an ideology, get people them of like minds, work within that ideology, they campaign and win election. We look like for saying hustlers that we get, we just the candidate for themselves. They're supposed to serve the people there. When you see a whole political party leader, they talk saying a CEO, that's in a private limited company. This is a public unlimited public entity. They're not a CEO. Now the people that get the party, you say you're a CEO. That's all they tell you. Say something is fundamentally wrong with the country. So all this talk about democracy, if we're really serious about democracy, we have to forget about APC, SLPP, and think about what is wrong and what is right. Do we want what is right? All Sierra Leoneans will come together, including me, my brother, A.P. Thomas, and yourself, and every Sierra Leonean decide, say, all right, let us all, for once, come together for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, they cry, SOS, where are my people? All what we concerned about, we not the fight for what is right anymore. We the fight for Uda Wile, we the fight for political party, we the fight for Udana Wipadi, but we not they ever fight again for what is right. And what is right now in the country, we they get elections, them, we not meet criteria. We not follow the constitution. We not go by the rule of law. So we are in trouble and we have to fix it. And we go only fix them if we all come together and we be very honest about these issues and talk about them.
Okay. Now, Mr. Thomas,
Yeah.
considering the fact that as we talk about this electoral justice and this thing we don't bring with to all this setback, considering the fact that even with your own constitution, the 1 week window we then give for a loser challenge the election na courts. How you see that before we come to the electoral justice first, that 1 week window for let you get about more than 10,000 polling stations, and by then they don't swear in the president already. Where it different from what they happen in other countries, then where the loser gets then go through all the process when there is no complaint, when the non done the electoral issue, when the non done the challenge at the courts, then can now go for swearing the president. How do you think for factor this this tight window where the constitution give it? Because I ain't care with now they bring it to this electoral justice. What's your opinion on that?
If you make you understand those laws, you need to understand whose side the current constitution, whose side we get them from.
Okay.
How did it come about?
Okay.
We current constitution na reflection of that of Ghana. The Ghanaian constitution is a reflection of it. Most of which we get in place Sierra Leone as a constitution is a reference of what has happened in Ghana. Okay, if you look at both constitution, you put them together. There even certain aspects of our constitution is word for word with Ghanaians.
Okay.
Now, with terms of electoral laws, there are a lot of similarities as well with that of Ghana.
Okay.
A lot of similarities. I'm not saying they're the same. I'm saying there's a lot of similarities between the two. Now, the reason why we get 1 week, that short time where you for appeal, is because elections are not lost on the day that the electoral commissioner they announce the outcome of the election. No.
Yeah, sure.
Elections are lost way before that time. You understand? Now that makes you see, if you look at the tripartite document, you will see the concerns where APC raised. The main concerns the way APC raised. Now, way before the election, one, the voting system we use, the PR system we use, APC objected to that. So there's a foundation already. APC believes that SLPP put a foundation in place for rigged elections. And the PR system is one of those systems that APC objected to, fundamentally, vehemently objected to. You understand?
Okay.
And presented a case as to why they thought that the PR system does not represent the interest of the voter, rather represents the interest of political parties. It's a huge shift. You understand? And I understand what's APC, and I agree with them to that extent. If you look at, for example, what thing they happen right now, you get MPs, they wouldn't visit their constituencies anymore. You understand? Because their loyalty has now shifted from the people to the political parties. The need for appease the parties because that the party they give them symbol. You understand? The party they will make a decision today and say, you MP, we are removing our symbol from you, we allocate them to the other person on the list. Remember, there are two in one list. Each position contested in Sierra Leone, there are two candidates for those positions. That's what the PR system did. So if you consider, for example, you contested constituency 110 under APC. APC get two names that are put forward for that list, for that seat. You will win them, you're one. Posting the winner is second backup. So at any time, APC will decide, say, Imran, I can replace ARP Thomas. You understand?
So your loyalty don't shift from the people to the party.
Yes. You understand? The first past the post system. Now the people they ask for mandate, you actually go in there, you're campaigning under the umbrella of the political party, but you're using your name, your credibility, they're assessing you as a person.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, huge.
You understand? So APC raised those concerns. Some of we agreed with APC. And I still believe that the first past the post is the best system.
It's the best.
You understand? Really represent the interest of the people. So the other issues where APC raised. during the lower level elections of the APC, there were a lot of issues, you understand, APC faced. And also during the election itself, your election itself, you understand? You have different phases of the elections that were conducted, where APC felt aggrieved. APC felt that there are certain areas they couldn't go because they were barred from going there. They were limited. We had a lot of issues with Dr. Samura, even Masna Kenema throughout the elections. I don't even feel say Masna Bosef. You understand? He was targeted and stuff. I just try for.
Yes,
I
just
try to
premise.
I just try to tell you a background of the concerns that were raised in terms of the 2023 election. When it comes to the tripartite, then I far thing now and that happened in November 2023. But even before June election was announced, there's a background to it, and a lot of it. If you read the tripartite document, you see all the background information we APC provide, and you also see.
Let first, because Ghana now, when you go to the polls na Ghana, that is when the Electoral Commission announced December 7th. You get 1 month before they swear in the president. But Salon, when they announce the president, they swear in and today. The man already don't take office. How you go feta when in don't appoint all them judges, they all the under in control? How?
No, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
the 1 weekend. Now that's the one clear for me.
Okay.
Before I
which I say, I just give you a background information to that 1 week. Okay, that 1 week. So what you're saying is that if you feel like you've been aggrieved, they don't already cheat you on the election, you will know even before the votes are casted. And at the time that the votes are casted, when people don't put them voting, you also know through your representatives them. Now all them boots them they around the country where you know for no say yes, this election is not being free and fair. It's not being fair. So you have ample time. The moment the election, the votes are announced, the election is called, you get ample time for putting a petition for say, okay, you know what they don't announce will not reflect what actually happened at the election. The votes that we say. So you can go and put a petition, say you don't petition those elections, you get a week for do that. That has been the case. So I understand the frustration of APC, but in terms of the laws of the land, this is what we have. And I think 1 week is sufficient time for making you put a petition against any election.
Okay. Uncle Imranti, when we look at the time when they announced the election, then you swear in the president the same day. The president remained the commander-in-chief. All them arms of government that they still salute and in at them boss. And this 1 week window. And how you think say we will navigate this? Let we not get another problem again this 1 week. Because Liberia now 1 month. Ghana
so
now
far
1 month.
So far me concerned, you get certain principles them where we get for take into consideration.
Okay.
And I will break them down for you.
Okay, sir.
These elections here, everybody knows say it be marred with statistical inconsistencies.
Sure.
The number no add up. The mathematics not correct. It is vivid. It is clear.
Yes.
Now, all man they talk about electoral justice. Elections get a fundamental role where it manage the elections processes. Elections na process. Just like what my brother they talk. Them processes then in a step-by-step processes. How they rig elections? Now them processes and then they manipulate step by step till it can to the day. In some cases, they say the person could not manipulate before the election they can. But right, let we look at the situation. Elections itself, now an entity where inside the elections, the key nucleus of an elections, now electoral justice. It depends on every elections. Without electoral justice, there is no elections. What is that electoral justice? Free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. It's a package inside the elections. Well, in this particular case, that package, the person went bench for doing Now the electoral commissioner will then give the mandates of the constitution. And then the only person when the electoral justice officer. That's what elections is. It's about electoral justice. Do an elections. We're credible. We're transparent. Where by the time when you're done, everybody will believe, say, yes, like Nagana, when this election done, I made that man concede quickly. Because it was clear the way how the lady managed the elections. That should not be there. It creates the right ambience, the right environment. Well, now, in Sierra Leone, the 7 days done. It is the responsibility of the Electoral Commissioner to publish the results before they reach that day. When you don't provide those documents, what would anyone take to court? For God and court, you go to my before judge, and I lost the elections. They say, what's happened? And the rogue. They say, how you know say the rogue? Where the paper? Paper not there. Because when they go now university, for go do postgraduate, they carry you degree go, but they want more than your degree, they want your transcript. When they break down, waiting and telling your degree.
Yes.
We go make them know whether you get the strength for do this course or not get the strength for do this course. So the disaggregated documents now in it proves and show clearly how you win and how you not win. In order, how you go to court? It come back to what I tell you earlier, the rule of law. That Monday, if you look Naya, if I can make some certain things then clear, Naya, like I read the things they wouldn't breach. The Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Section 7, Section 8 emphasizes the principles of transparency, accountability, and good governance. Section 33 mandates the Electoral Commission to ensure fair and transparent conduct of public elections. The Constitution implicitly upholds the right of citizens to access information that affects democratic participation. Then, Elections Act of 2022 requires ECSL to publish electoral results and maintain an auditable process. By withholding disaggregated results, the Commission violated statutory obligation to ensure elections integrity and public oversight. Then, international instruments, that is international laws them, where then people there breach. International instrument, African Charter of Democracy, Elections and Governance. Sierra Leone as a statutory, as a signatory, is bound to promote transparency and credible elections. Ecowas Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance calls for open access to elections data as a precondition for free and fair elections. International Covenant in civil political rights, ICCPR, recognizes the right of citizens to participate in public affairs and to access public information.
Okay.
Where is the disaggregated document? If you don't provide it, how can anyone take you to court? It has not been provided.
Okay.
You see, so we problem there. I hear me, brother. The Ghanaian constitution and the Sierra Leonean constitution, we get a lot of similarity. But how come Ghanaians are getting it right? We are not getting it right. Because the Ghanaians, then they respect the rule of law, and then they follow the law like a fine-tooth comb. BO is not above the law or above the constitution. Neither, no Sierra Leonean is above the constitution. If we get somebody when I'm in charge of electoral justice, because all man they use this word like say this word now a new word. No, there is no elections without electoral justice. Electoral justice now the center point of elections. Without that, we don't get elections. So 2023, not to be elections, not to Samura Kondi word. You see what will happen? Sierra Leone 2023, we are service users. Calling a service provider. Legally, He's mandated to make sure say it provide we with services were credible. He failed. But one other thing back, we're wrong now, we country. We Constitution Section 13, it gives we a responsibility. Every Sierra Leonean, we get a responsibility when a moral obligation for make sure say the Constitution work for we. If it doesn't, morally, we are supposed to hold them responsible, accountable. And that is what some of us are doing by going to court.
Okay.
Because
thank you very much,
we don't believe say we get elections and somebody was supposed to provide the services to we blatantly team up.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. Mr. Thomas,
he said, you know, the provider. And people are saying, okay, that is not okay. That is the crux of the matter.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, now the damage has already been done. The damage has already been done. Now, look at the Dr. Samura Kamara and pro member of team, member of the Dr. Samura Kamara team now. If every Sierra Leonean then gets interest of the phenomenon called electoral justice, we can call electoral justice in a I will put and say we all go say all man need justice. That include electoral justice. But what do you understand? What is your understanding about electoral justice in a legal perspective? What is your understanding?
Before I get into that, let's just make a correction. First, you mentioned that where you win election, you become the president immediately. That is not true. Okay. There is a transition period. Okay, you take your oath with the Chief Justice, but there's a transition period. I think it's a month. Imran, correct me if I'm right.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think it's a month. You take a month. Now that make us say the Constitution of Sierra Leone is very similar to. I think we adopted the Ghanaians actually to an extent.
No, I want that only this. So that
I don't want
to do something we go confuse with viewers. Na Ghana, when the presidents elect the president, they know they swear in until 1 month. Na Salon, when they elect the president, they swear in that same day. That same night.
Now, part of the treaty of the Constitution. This is what.
And how they say? What they say? Yeah, Thomas saying that the same with Salo. I say na Ghana. When you win, when they announce you December 7, you not to president until January 7, 1 month. But Sierra Leone, when they announce you president, the EC that day and they swear you in. That's not the difference.
Yes, no. You are president elect.
You are president elect, yes. But. You know, I get the host, what the host they say, if I can come in here.
Yes, come in.
Yeah, Thomas, correct. But the crux of the matter is, Ghana, then they follow the Constitution by the letter. Sierra Leone now, then they fend all kind of Kedaka way for, you know, like when they say where people are married, you cannot go asunder. Well, Sierra Leone now, then they put under the Babuaya and pass. The reality is, the law is clear. You're supposed to don't provide the results. That is the duty of the Electoral Commissioner.
I think say you and Mr. Yatomos, Uncle Imran, you and Mr. Yatomos, you don't understand me. You don't understand me.
No,
we understand you.
The day where they announce an Eskuruma president, where they say where Christian Atop announced an Eskuruma president. Tijan Kaba, Solobi, and Entourage then go to State House where Anes Koma was sworn in that evening. When they announced Madabio president, now Ghana then they swear you in until 1 month.
I don't answer the question because now Ghana then they follow the Constitution like a fine-tooth comb.
Oh, okay, yes. Mr. Yeah, go ahead now.
We don't follow the Constitution.
I just want clear that
they do. We don't follow the Constitution. We just do as we like. You see. Salon the political class, then they cut the Constitution when it suits them. Then when it not suits them, then they hide them under then they hide them inside their pockets. But the reality is, what in here people talk is correct. You are president-elect. But if them choose for Mago go overnight, as I talk about waiting that they call moral responsibility, until we the Sierra Leonean people and begin to say, not also the constitution say, you not go do that, you go wait. And even the person where they go swear in the Chief Justice, he should know better. Mr. Thomas.
That's true.
He should know better. Now they support for the interpreting the law.
Flexibility there, but
he gets responsibility. Because we get executive, we get the judiciary, then we get the parliament. These are the three areas, and we can forget balance. How we go get balance? We go get balance where everybody will get responsibility. It makes sure say those responsibility are done properly. If you're not Chief Justice, when they in charge of the judiciary, when they interpret the law, you see that they breach the law, then you participate in that breach. We get fundamental problem. Now make a talk say we'll not ever get democracy in us alone. You cannot have democracy without the rule of law. You cannot. And now this is the problem. The law say one thing, then they do something completely different. Then with the people and they clap back for them. You know?
Yeah.
And when you talk, P. Thomas go be a witness. You get people that they can't UPV, they can't curse you, they can't insult you. The very people and where they suffer the abuses where this political class they do to them.
Yes.
Because it is illegal for men to swear in the same net. Because you get forgive that cooling period in case anybody get for come forward, for can challenge you. You know the common number you make case, even that 7 days safe, I can challenge that. The people are not be get evidence, but they could have still gone there and do what they call judicial review. Because if you get 7 days, then you not get the prerequisites for present or the evidence for present in a court. You can put you mitigating circumstances, say why I'm not able to meet this statutory declaration. And the judge looking at what in the at stake, it got to take public interest first. We don't see plenty cases in now Australia, all over the world, where people and they go ask for judicial review. So this year don't happen. It don't pass the period. But this nothing where, you know, very important, very serious that it not go undealt with. It will be a bad precedence. The brother, then they open the case and they look into them. We don't see them plenty. Now, Sierra Leone no more. Hey, wait, 7 days don't pass. It don't pass. Now, lie. Now, yeah, even if you get traffic offense, they say you for filling in 14 days. You're not filling in 14 days. After when that time you don't pass, they go send the fine for you. But you write to the court, you tell them for say, yes, you don't pass 14 days. But I want for them to look at me mitigating circumstances. I was at hospital, I not be well, I be sick, I be this. The judge they look at you, the mitigation where you put. If he still say you credible, after the 14 days, they still call the case. So, me don't know what's wrong with we lawyer them because the intellectual class in Sierra Leone, Mr. Thomas, I feel to say we get for really look yourself in the mirror.
But you know, Brother Imran,
yes,
it's because there is lack of trust in the very systems what they use for operate with governance. With governance systems, people do not have trust in them. People do not trust anyone to ensure that the rule of law prevails. Now that makes you see an opposition, they be declared the winning party of an election and they rush straight away for go swearing because they don't trust that the incumbent therefore allow the due process for be followed. So it comes back to what you were saying. Mm-hmm. We need for really look deeper into rule of law in Sierra Leone. There's been a lot of instances where the rule of law has been completely abandoned or they don't sideline them in one way or the other or use them against citizens.
Yeah.
So we have to, you see all these countries you're talking about, we mentioned Ghana, for example. Let's look at some good examples. Ghana is a brighter example to look at when it comes to democracy. Now, because the people themselves demanded accountability from leadership. The people themselves made it sure that the rule of law is non-negotiable. Now that makes the politicians, they don't mess around with that.
It is inalienable right.
Yes. If you look at the US, what happens in the US? When Donald Trump lost the election, if that not be Africa, you know the commodity. People will support him to remain there, and Joe Biden don't forfeit that election.
Well, now, because that was Africa. You know the other thing again, Mr. Thomas, people that get party addiction and party obsession. You see, this political tribalism within our country, where if SLPP do any kind bad, SLPP not condemn. Yeah. Until where APC do that same bad day, then they go rise and complain. But APC self go complain where SLPP do, but where SLPP come and they do exactly the same thing. And APC, nobody no go say, this is not the road to go. Look like, for instance, this one party system what they talk about. SLPP try to introduce them, where they not be the only party in the country. At that time, Chaka Stevens condemn it. Because it had not been in the bowl. Immediately, when they get the bull pan, the very thing we condemn, he can make the constitution for him. He can adapt them. 71, you know, then we can get a one-party system. But the thing is, you see this last term where they go, where SLPP can have power. They not can talk for say, all the things the way APC they do we wrong. We can move away from that. Instead, people in the territory for say, it's our turn. This is our turn for enjoy.
Yes.
That means to say this is our time to come and do all the unconstitutional things them and benefit, you know, as much as we can. Then somebody tell you vividly with 10 years. Yes. But that's not what the Constitution said.
No, it's definitely not the case. And I make I say the laws of the land are upheld by the people. You know, I watched a podcast of a lecturer. He walked into the lecture room, and he points upon one lady, one of the students.
Oh yeah,
you there. Get out of my class. I never want to see you again.
That was nice. Yeah,
that was very powerful.
Yeah.
And the lady said, "What did I do?" He said, "Do I need to repeat myself? I never want to see you in any of my classes again. Leave now." The lady no protest. She got up. She left. The morals of the lesson is that the laws, the rights of people can only be enforced by people themselves.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the lesson. Because nobody in the lecture theater, when they're all a law student, nobody no stand up and say, no, this is not right.
This is not correct.
This is not fair. Yes, this is incorrect. Nobody no protest. Because the lecturer said the reason we make nobody no protest is because they affect them directly.
Yes. This is the problem.
No protest.
This is the problem. This is exactly what we go through in Sierra Leone. Because everybody feels to say, now you Peter was for Duam, or now the minister they for Duam, now the judges they for Duam. No, people that will get statutory responsibility, they are bound legally for doing duties. Then when they fail, we also get on duty. It is called moral obligations, moral duty, because it affects we all. If we all sit down there, we wait for international community, because that is the craze where we get Sierra Leone. International community. Their interest is not our interest. Politics is local. Politics is about una culture, una tradition, about una everyday activities. Americans, their everyday activities is different from ours. So if una get issues, now una country, una as a family, una for sidom, una get a dialogue, then una decide, where una want for see una self. But if una not do that, una sidom, they wait for somebody else for can do them. Imran, they wait for Epi Thomas, they wait for Prince Krumah. Prince Chroma, they wait for international community. No wonder we're not able to achieve that in our country. But the reality is, bad na bad, it no matter who that do am, infringement na infringement, it no matter who that do am, whosoever breach any principle where una don't get that, say, this na sacrilege, we no want an aya. If anybody break them, you know for treat them any differently. But na Sierra Leone, if Imran to go that you company go to fall, then go beat me, disgrace me, do me all kind nastiness. But when the political class, where they thief their future, they thief the money where for build the hospitals, the roads, and the things them where they make the country function. Now the very people and they can't defend them. And brother,
hello. Now they hear me.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now do you have my network? Now Ghana, don't worry. Me say. So yes. Thomas. Now the question will be asked. You la turn over to Uncle Imran. Uncle Imran T.
I haven't responded to your
Imran
question.
T.
Okay, Imran T.
Yes.
Uncle Imran T.
Yeah, not
so,
put
okay,
Uncle Imran T. Not to the.
Uncle.
No, I know, but Mina just Imran T.
Okay.
They are not left title business. Because when we don't pass 21, we don't pass 21, we are all adults, we equal.
I respect you, sir. Yeah, so Mr.
Walker, I think you go agree with me.
Of course.
Yes, Mr. So Mr. Thomas, yes, that question will be asked about what in really you understand from that electoral justice from a legal perspective. From a moral perspective, we all need justice. But
no,
it's still what doctors what
you understand? Talk about which I understand by the tripartite, which are interrelated. But my understanding of the tripartite / electoral justice fight, I mean, it comes from the word tripartite. There are three parties. Yes, there are three parties involved. You get the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Then obviously you get the APC and SLPP. These are the three parties that came together. We would refer to as tripartite. You understand? And obviously they're coming together for reach an agreement on how to bring about national unity and cohesion was facilitated and supported by different bodies, you know, the African Union, Ecowas, the EU, and so many other regional, national and international bodies, the UN, where they support the process for make sure that you know the three parties will come together and in the interest of Sierra Leone and ensure that they map the way forward. That's what the tripartite is. Now, when you and just for remind people, and this was not a long time ago. This is a 3 days event will take place between the 16th and the 18th of October in 2023. So it wasn't really far away from the election. But I want to provide a little bit of a background information because this is something that I did. I did a lot of publication on this through videos, audios, and articles that where I write. The moment the tripartite agreement was published nationally, even before the meeting, there was an agreement that was put in place. What that the thing the way would go talk about that the tripartite between the 16th and the 18th of October? What thing that the thing the way would they go discuss as we get for go put? What the topic they would go talk about? What the disagreements, the areas of disagreements? And I want to refresh people in mind about the areas of disagreement where APC, SLPP, and the Commission for National Unity and Peace where they come about. The list where they do. Number one, when they talk about, they say for review and examine the electoral systems of 2023, the multi-tier electoral cycle. You understand? So with the election system, which when are the PR system for review, that's and examine that system with the view that they will look at the first past the post system. You understand? For MPs, members of parliament, for review that, for compare the two. You understand? And then for talk about the proportional representation system. a district block system. And one of the things the way they talk about. The second thing we didn't see they talk about for examining the structures and the processes of the 2023 multi-tier elections. For examining that. Now me can tell you say election we personally lost some now before the election day, not on the day. The third thing we didn't put there is that for review and examine the evolution of electoral cycles and previous elections, and highlight and address the contentious issues in elections. So all elections, the way don't happen from before the war, you understand, after the war to 2023, then they review all our for identify what have been the issues them and how we will make sure we change things them for the better. So the electoral systems of Sierra Leone was overhauled by the tripartite. Now, the other thing we mentioned, the elections management, when at ECS, for touch on that. The legal framework of an assessment of reforms, you understand? They say we'll talk about that, of the electoral cycles. The functional review of key electoral management bodies, you understand? They'll talk about it. What are the roles and responsibilities? The role of political parties in the elections. The media landscape with a focus on social media. Security landscape. Now, these are the issues that have been mentioned that they're going to address. Okay. Out of all the issues that they were mentioned, did you hear anything about rerun?
No.
Did you hear anything about correlation government?
No.
Did you hear anything about result?
No.
My brother, you spoke well.
Lay down, sir. Lay down. We'll come to you, sir. Just allow him. Yeah.
So, what I try to say to you, the articles and publications will have been put before this thing happened in October, before this particular conference happened, was the fact that I was trying to highlight the fact that APC did not put forward, say, the one let them revisit the election, that particular 2023 election result. They never raised it as part of the area of the TICS date. Now, that is Sierra Leoneans they want. Majority of Sierra Leoneans, I believe, wanted the result of the 2023 election to be put as one of their agendas of the tripartite. Unfortunately, APC agreed and signed up to this agreement, knowing very well that the review of the 2023 election was not an agenda. You understand?
Wow.
On the list.
To a point, to a point, that agreement of national unity where APC signed with all the implementing partners exclude all the things we say so.
Exclude everything and anything to do with election results of 2023.
23, okay, all right.
You understand? Okay. It has nothing to do, which I don't read to you so, that the main agenda items that I don't read to you so.
Okay.
You understand? I'm reading from the text that the main agenda items and this. You understand? Me to tell you today, if I was representing APC, I will never sign up to this agreement. You understand?
Okay.
Because the main contentious issue for APC was the election outcome, the results.
And Sierra Leonean at large.
The international bodies them. Why make you feel say the international bodies them and turn around now and work with the government? You want to question the credibility? No, you can't question the credibility. That because they don't see and say, they don't get to the point. Imagine this now, an agenda we put together by the three parties, APC, SLPP, and the National Coalition for Peace and National Unity. You understand?
Okay.
So, if APC did not sign off to this, that to me was the end, was the dead end when it comes to questioning the elections. You understand?
The onus
the onus was on APC for stand up and say, no, we are not going to be a part of this if these issues are not addressed. Now, let me make a declaration here. I supported SLPP in the elections. In the 2023 election, there is no secret about it. I supported SLP because I believed APC, under the leadership of Dr. Samura Kamara, was not good for Sierra Leone because he was a puppet. That's my belief, and I have my justifications for it. You understand?
Okay.
But let me say this: I question the fact that there was no runoff at the election. I believe that election, I believe Bio had an upper hand, but Bio did not win the election outrightly.
Okay.
You understand? The reason we make I believe Bio get an upper hand, I campaigned in Sierra Leone. I traveled length and breadth of Sierra Leone. I did know there are parts of Sierra Leone where I travel, where I don't even see APC signboard set. I don't see herself. Now APC struggle. I went to Makeni, I was there for days. Yeah? They count the signboard the way APC put up that they don't struggle. And it's not because SLPP stopped them. No. It's because APC was disunited. That was the main reason.
Okay.
So what am I saying to you? I am saying to you that I believe
let me hold you there. To you, the objective of the electoral justice is dead on arrival to you.
Yes. When I saw the agenda items, I concluded that there is no reason whatsoever for let anybody fight, say, rerun the election, which they call. Why the rules, what would the story would talk about? Why are we talking about this thing? We're talking about it because we know there were questions that were not answered by the tripartite. There were questions that were not answered by the election result that we saw. That's why we are discussing these things 2 years after the elections. You understand? That's why we're discussing it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Imran T.
Yes.
Actually, the Dr. Samura Kamara, the presidential candidate for the APC, he was voted and gets a very, very convincing convoy from Makeni to Freetown, irrespective of all the intimidation, take and go to New York, all the things Samura Kamara go through. The election came and it went. Samura Kamara continued after the election. He asked Mohammed, after the election, he asked Samura Kamara asked this electoral commissioner Mohammed Kone. He said, "Any way you get me result, bring them because na me win." How come Samura Kamara go pandis agreement of national unity? It not indicates all these problems. Then today now we depend this kind of drawn at the country, sir. As Brother Iyatobos give details of that agreement.
Well, I listen to me, Brother Kinley. I don't agree with the argument. The principle of a discussion where he make, that is waiting, the agree day and everything. The information where he talk about, then correct. But now the principle of the tripartite, we know what's in a tripartite. We say tripartite come out. Now the union them, now unionists them creates a three-way system where they don't adapt now everywhere in the world. So basically that is one thing. But like I said earlier, if you listen to me, Kinley, we have a fundamental problem now with country. Sierra Leone no respect the rule of law. The books are there, they're furniture. We get a constitution, 1991 constitution. In 1991 constitution, they tell me for say we get a multi-party democracy. We had an elections. That elections, they get a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of problems. How many parties they will get in Sierra Leone? 17 parties. How comes now 2 parties in the on tripartite? It is not representative of country democracy.
Okay.
So from day one, I did not subscribe to it, but that's what they did. Because for me, I always look at what is right based on the constitutional principles. All the parties that will take part in the elections, they're not calling only 2 parties. The 2 parties will go, it represents in percentage 11.765. 11.765 out of 100%. 17 parties in the country. They don't take part from the tripartite. Then the tripartite is not constitutional. They all took part from the elections. They all suffer the statistical inconsistencies.
Okay.
And the roguery. They're not talking for say, all right, because we all suffer this, now we all come together. Because A country, that's how a country functions. Collectively. Issues of country should be plural, not singular. You take two parties, go sit down for talk about elections where 17 parties then take place. That is fundamentally wrong. It is not representative of the people that will participate. They are all service users. All of these parties were service users. They all use the same ECSL. ECSL, that is service provider, they fail. When we talk about this issue, Samura Kamara is not the subject here. The subject, so we get Snayan. We get a system with a breach constitution. We get an institution where constitutionally provided for provide a service where they don't provide. I don't see how we get something for those Samura. Samura is the service user. Samura is a victim like every Sierra Leonean. And also be any democracy where one person get 5 votes. Now 1 man, 1 vote. Everybody in Sierra Leone 1 vote. So was Madabio and Samura. They all get 1 vote. But we get an institution where not them, now the owner of electoral justice, because it is their duty to manage the elections for let it be transparent. Now where it transparent, people they get trust in the system. Now where it free and fair, everybody get it right. But then we born people poster them. Now they south. They not allow APC for put some of them posters them. You know what? Even go into that because I'm not there for can talk for APC. I'm not there for talk about SLPP. I am here to talk about Sierra Leone. The things them when they go way wrong about the country, where we have to put right. So the tripartite, what use is it when a 2 parties they go sit down? It doesn't not use for Sierra Leone because it not meets the criteria. Because we get a multi-party democracy. And at 17 parties then take part by the elections. Even before the elections, then disqualified a Mami party, what's in the lady in himself?
Claudius.
Yeah, Claudius
School. Femi.
Nobody not join them. They're putting Peter Thomas talk where you go away. He say electoral do a class, 1 girl can have the class, he send them go out. For no reason. But nobody else not protest. Say, hey, why you send the girl? Nobody else not ask question. Because the society where una day, waiting happen day, it affects una all. So now una all responsibility for saying no. If it is happening to Yapi Thomas today, tomorrow it will be me. So we are not going to set that precedent where it go come follow me too. So then pull Mrs. Claudius Cole. Nobody not say that. Nobody not say nothing.
So Mr. Imran, now we look at the electoral justice. For instance, we see on the 1st of September 2017, we'll get a precedent when Justice Chief David Maraga of the Kenya then reversed the election. The electoral commissioner called for another election. We see it happen in Malawi.
Exactly.
This electoral justice, do we get a precedent? We get any precedent where anybody don't go to any courts? We call for electoral justice, and when you get a verdict without the Supreme Court of the country, do we have a precedent? So this fight about electoral justice, do we have a precedent?
You know, the crux of the matter here is about electoral transparency, electoral fairness.
Yeah.
And that was not seen for happen. And if it not happen, now we the people then, we have that moral responsibility for say the election has not reflected.
Okay.
We demand, because we also get Freedom of Information Act, and we are signatory to that treaty where Ecowas have get. And we sign a lot of treaties there for let we get transparent, fair, credible, and accountable elections. So all these treaties, they are laws in our country. And if we get a country where, say,
Mr. Imran,
At the time, sovereignty, section 2 of the Constitution say sovereignty belongs to the people. How you go do a dialogue where 17 people and participate, then you only call 2 people there for can't sit on a table for talk about it. Then you not reflect what in the Constitution said. You only take a chosen few for can have a discussion. And I don't feel to say it is right to the other people that waiting at the other party than they. For me, not they talk. And not, to be honest, at this juncture, at this point, APC and SNPP are responsible for all the demise of the country. So, to be honest, I don't care about what I think or what I not think. What me concerned about now the welfare of we people, we country, and the integrity of we democracy. So far, then 2 parties there, they have not helped for let we get, the kind of the democracy we deserve. Rather than they make all kind of gimmicks, all kind of window dressing. They claim say we get democracy. But the reality is, come on, let's ask ourselves, do we have democracy in Sierra Leone? The answer is no. You cannot even speak freely. When you talk, then it's tell you for say yes, you get freedom of speech. But when you talk, you're not guaranteed for talk. If you talk, then go tell you for say, yeah, Thomas, you can talk. Freedom of speech day, but when you talk, will not guarantee, so will not arrest you. You see, so we have to look at this thing.
There's no freedom after
far
speech.
from having democracy. Now the only invitation the world gets now we country now for go CID, not for go party. Now for go CID. How democratic can that be? How can that be a democracy? Look me when they talk now, so me daddy die. Me mama na call me beg me say no come me picking. You too vocal. You not go be safe. Do you not come? Is that right? Do we call that democracy? So we all get for the do curry favor, the bootlick, the label, just for let we able to go now we country. Because just like me, yeah, Thomas get the people that when they listen to him, me get people that when they listen to me. But we both get abuses because we get a country where people don't like debate. Whenever you say something when they don't like, they don't like. And in a democracy, whether you like something or not, it's a conversation people need to have. Once what they say, not they infringe on your own freedoms and your own liberties. What in the Thomas they talk now, what in the belief say go strengthen with democracy. What in they talk now, what in I feel say go strengthen with democracy. But can you imagine, here, Peter Thomas, if we all come together, we put all them things in a table, we divide them, we find a mean. That is the common place when a consensus. We'll have a better Sierra Leone. But we have people and we want to forget supremacy over others. This hegemony now with political space, it don't make the space so tight. It's so tight. And you are a bold man, here, Peter Thomas. I respect you. And me say they try for be bold. But there are quite a lot of people that will not get that kind of boldness the way me and you two get. And these people have a lot to offer. Maybe they have even better things to offer than the both of us. But they are scared to come forward.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone is not a democracy. Let's not delude anybody. We've never been democratic and we don't have political parties. They want to na criminal enterprise. And then we get, they run with country, we say na democracy. No, with the life we save. Sierra Leone right now like crime scene. So criminal acts. So Osulman them that they at the political space. Look what happened to Sam Sumana. Then pull and they say because not a Muslim. Muslim be baptized or be Muslim. Muslim don't get baptism certificate. All that they pull the democracy in the country. Then they say they don't reinstate them. Una pull the money illegally. Una not follow the constitution. Come back to the constitution. Una not follow the constitution. Then all kind arguments come, all kind lies come, all kind slander come, all kind propaganda come, because this is what they do. Then they spin things them for meet the criteria. So rather than they weaponize the constitution when it suits them for disenfranchise somebody else. You pull the man, you're not supposed to pull the man. Put the man back when I say already put down because of this, because of that. All of that is not helping our democracy. Let the man go put box, let them vote for a loss. Then all man know for saying a win or win. But you prevent the man, forget the privilege. What we constitution tell we for say every human being in that society they get the right for be voted for and for vote. But when I take the man, when I pull up, after all the man don't serve 8 years, the reason is that when I did, in no whole water. But what happened to Sam Sumana? For some people, they're bad. For some people, they're glady. Now the same thing that happened to Samura. For some people, they're bad. Some people, they're glady. Say this is time for turn death. But the reality is, Samura was just the head. Samura was paralyzed from the neck, come to the foot and the tail. And I will tell you why. Simply because a leader, they work with leadership. If the leadership not work with you, you are paralyzed. He was paralyzed from the beginning because from the neck, everybody where na either MP, na councillor, na mayor, na Neskroma pick they all. So he get them wrapped in hand. So now be a kind of a proxy. It's so sad where the things can happen. Because for me, the more I see life, then the golden rule, do to others as you like them do unto you. If we get this mentality, when they do bad to your Thomas, we all see don't they? We're not saying wrong. We're not saying not constitutional. But we all they throw jabs because it not meets with personal interest. This is what Sierra Leone has turned into. So I wish we can look at Ghana. That man win 56.4% or 56.7%. These are the highest votes we didn't get for the last recent elections them ever in Ghana. But how it happened? The election not even done itself. The man not concede because the process was transparent right through. Right through. We can do it. Only if we all sincere with one another. But Sierra Leone all man get young cow there. Now make can talk for say Sierra Leone and they fool. Now that get sold na the hand in the falla. And that's what's happening. Mara get sold, he get the one with the falla and for Mara sold. Richard Conte get his soul, he get the one with the falla and for Richard Conte's soul. Sam Sumana get his new soul, he get the one with the falla and for his soul. You know? Look at this, but maybe they support Sam Sumana. Let you just see the political tribalism.
Emmanuel, you hear me?
That Bobo already come for you. He can die for Sam Sumana. I thought he would follow Sam Sumana to the grave until when somebody come out in a village. Immediately somebody come out in a village. He don't jump ship. Why? Because he come out from Mambolo. He come out in a place when they call Makot. And he happened to say, Nade, ML Bangura, ancestry come out. He don't left farm.
You hear me?
He don't left farm. So this is the kind of politics. It is very transactional, and it's one that me and you, we get a job for that we come together, for that we change that. Because people know they follow principles, they know they follow values, they know they follow ethical principles. It's so sad. It's so sad. Compoyo don't change. Now the champion, where the champion for ML Bangura, it became. Because ML Bangura originates from Makot, Usain Komot. This is exactly the politics of Sierra Leone. Yes, we
can hear you.
Yeah, okay. If I can just interject quickly, I mean, much said there, and very characteristic of Mr. Ture, and highly respected in terms of our media platform, alongside in co-guest. Obviously, we lost the host briefly, so now I can interject because there was much said there. But I want to go back again to election, if I can forgive me, because we come to the end of the program in terms of the presidency, the swearing-in process, the Ghanaian side of things. So, Mr. Being a small thing I want to say about that.
Yes, sir.
So, one thing I believe, first of all, is the Ghanaian society is far more sophisticated. But everything, boiled down to the rule of law, constituted authority, and how the people execute, respect, and go along with what in the Constitution say, and understanding the right. Very important. Yeah. So many of we, as Sierra Leonean, we don't compromise a lot of this, and the rule of divide and conquer, a very, very, typical in our society. But having said this, one of the things them way obvious is the Constitution itself and open to interpretation. And I want to highlight this on the Constitution, what I go share for the benefit of the viewing public, both now and the one that we get for watch later. What in the Constitution say after the president has been elected? In other words, there's a process there, and I think the administrator outlined that earlier on, in which the Ghanaian side may say a month, and it may serve well for us if we should adapt to that. But what we get is a 1 week window, and I think Imran also acknowledged that, but say it doesn't end there. And I will agree, because they're in law, there's always this mitigating factors, where applicable. So if you miss out, if you can justify why, it's not like it's written in blood. The president is elected based on what the Electoral Commission has said, the announcement we make. The announcement itself can be dubious, just like what we see in 2023, and we all will agree with that, along with the wider international community. But what happened after, now a set of process where they kick in, as per the Constitution. The president will need to be sworn in. The declaration of duly elected president, that phrase, they a very important now in political setup. So now that make people like can try for avoid that. Like, for example, when the US ambassador been say, now need for pause this process here, where Mother Bio Baranta, because had they paused the process there was room for accommodation talks and etc. But of course, the sitting president be so intent for become president that all he wanted was the Electoral Commissioner declaring president, and then the rest, everything will follow. Because if they pause them, then you not get for declare them what they elected, the duly elected president. Because once all of that don't happen, the Chief Justice don't can swear in, it kicks in a process of constitutional abnormality. Then the state not really, even partly that's what we are in. But obvious. So for the benefit of the audience and the guests, them, I mean, just one for share. Let me see if I'm able for share with page quickly. And Imran or here, if una one bought in, whilst at the search for the constitutional ruling on this election of the president, swearing in, and etc., please feel free to do so whilst I look for because I deal with a new studio, so I'm not too familiar, like I can get on top of things quickly. So please feel free. So we get what's his name, Gabriel back, where they host this program. So if I can continue that conversation, once I find the page, I'll be on camera, we can work more on that quickly.
Why did you look for the page, Chroma? Is that I feel say the key elements of the biggest issues the world face in Sierra Leone, where Brother Imran mentioned. One of the key elements we mentioned is that we, the people, and we are grossly compromised. We are grossly compromised in the sense that we stand up for things we know the even benefit we self. Benefit with community, it ain't benefit with country, it ain't benefit we as a person in any way, shape, or form. Because if you look at the factors, somebody will stand for some disabled, this not me, Kono brother, I will stand for this person. Just because of that, that Kono brother can tear the country apart. As long as na Kono person they in charge, I will stand for that person. You understand? I will suffer anyhow I want. Anyone we suffer, let we all suffer. I don't care. As long as na Kono person they, I will stand for that person. These are the things that are tearing us apart. And until we actually go down to the fabric of the society and do some soul searching, it's going to be a huge challenge for us. Yeah, brother Chroma, go ahead, please.
Many thanks for that, brother. Yeah. So if we can look on the screen, this is not the Constitution of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I think now Section 42. A presidential candidate shall be nominated by a political party. Of course, we all know that. Now the technical bit now we want to go to. A person, if we look at Section 3, a person elected to the office of presidency or president under this section shall assume. Let's see if I able to highlight and so people can follow. But it's marked 3. Yeah, so I just don't highlight. A person elected to the office of president under the section shall assume that office on the day upon which he is declared elected by the returning officer or upon the date that his predecessor's term of office expires, whichever is the latter. We can go further, but I believe so now they follow the read up. And Imran, if you can touch on this, because this is not the constitution, how they code so on that particular issue, which is so kind of toxic. And just before I yield the floor to Imran for touch on this and go over to Gabriel and me self be confused as to why this thing they happen as soon as the president is declared. That president is sworn in immediately. It no matter who the president elects the, whether na under Goni, na under Wata, na Pantap Mountain, as soon as that process is pronounced by the constituted electoral officer, automatically that person is sworn in wherever they are. And I ask questions to the big one and begin for do research and they say, well, this now we constituted process. Now, so the process called for. So we may not like it, but that's why it is. And we should be calling for amendment or change altogether. But this is where it is. Imran?
Yeah, Daddy, I'm glad the way you bring Nani come. You see, no lukusa you for no lukusa you walk you foot. Because this case, they try to tell you if the person where the constitution chose may have done his duty diligently, efficiently, perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he called that person, now the person will win. But unfortunately, in this case, we get rogues them. And even the appointment, it not be meet the criteria for being electoral commissioner. It not be don't resign before time. Purely kind of yom kalada and kind and pull close. Say, I don't talk to me liar. This they can't see. Now when the man name is behaving, not one day can condemn because he's going to benefit from this man criminal activities. But let me tell Sierra Leoneans one thing. From the day where I see a part of the constitution where give we moral responsibility, then call them now section 13. It say every citizen, that is the duty of we the citizens then. It say abide by this constitution, respect its ideals and its institutions. The national flag, the national anthem, and authorities and offices established or constituted under this constitution or any other law. Then B, it says cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism so that loyalty to the state shall override sectional, ethnic, tribal, or other loyalties. Then C, protect and preserve public property and prevent the misappropriation and squandering of funds belonging to government, local authorities, or public corporation. You see, we get for make sure say it is our responsibility for hold them people there accountable. It is our job because it is there. It is there. It is clear. So the constitution, no constitution, not a perfect. A powerful law scholar in England, what they call Lord Denning, he say there is nothing like a perfect document. People in the draft are based on now. And they're not able to predict the future. So any constitution will have a shortfall. And constitution would be imperfect simply because Namota Almani write them. But that does not withstand the fact, say, if it's not meeting criteria like this area where you point to, it should be amended. But people with good faith will do it. But people with bad faith, then go try for maintain them because we get a status quo. We're so hungry for hold on to power. They're not ready for left. They're not ready for left. Because if the Constitution 13A say abide by the Constitution, respect its ideals and its institutions, that ideals mean to say the things that we did in that document today. It is all our responsibility, moral responsibility. When the person where they give a role, it gets statutory responsibility, it gets legal responsibility for perform exactly as the Constitution says. But in this occasion, Coneno did not do that. He didn't.
No.
He didn't at all. So you find out for say, since you don't do that, automatically it don't cause a fault line by the constitution, because it don't call somebody who no win, and it not be credible in the processes, because electoral justice not just one way just came out by itself. It is a component of elections. It is
but Imran,
and another man responsibility for provide that.
Yes, Imran, I want to go to here, but just before I go to here, if you can just address this quickly. You say Mohamed Kone pronounce somebody win or win. Is that not itself the core of the argument that there is no evidence on the other side other than the way how Mohamed Kone conduct himself is questionable to the Sierra Leonean people, and there's lacking of evidence, which may very well warrant a court case outside they can go prove and justify, say, indeed, the case made by the Sierra Leonean people from whichever shade, background, or color, then prove them right, because they make a case against Mohamed Kone, and Mohamed Kone not able to justify until that process day. Then na speculation, questions, and
no. I totally disagree with you. I think we are diametrically opposed to each other on that side. The man definitely, all the reports that will get there says statistical inconsistency. So there is no doubt. Not begin they can't put doubt today. Doubt not that they say the elections flawed, economic criteria. And that Monday, now the person when mandated by law for that it creates the environment conducive to free, fair, transparent elections. Which
yes, that is true, Imran. I'm not going to say or they try to add things there, because after all, there is no election process which is 100%. There are always flaws, and every time if you watch elections the world over, you will see opposition,
brother,
whether not black man election with man.
If you put them that way, they, it's very worrying. Nobody not say outside people that they operate fallibility not the day. Not not the perfect. But if the imperfection are 1%, it's negligible. You can forget that.
I agree. I mean, you can do
almost 100% failure. Come on.
I agree.
The whole process was breached. From
let me move to
where Ecowas they tell we for say you cannot change the rules 6 months before elections. You cannot do that. And the issue of proportional representation. If them be one for do them is supposed to get 2/3 majority and
yes,
go
Imran,
for a referendum.
I agree to this, but
all
these things are arguable in the sense that the people have been
getting. These are major breaches.
I'm on Imran. Yeah, I'm on Imran. You are absolutely right. One thing I think is missing is the people that don't waive their rights to certain group of politicians, then they can't ask them for mandates, just like you say, power is vested in the people. But the people they can't. Yeah, I'm coming. Let me make the point, because we really need to move on. Because I do agree with you. How we carefully tread, then the complexity they are inside with political system is what is kind of worrying. Because yes, you make a great point, and you are absolutely right. But the people that we credit, we vote them to, we assurances them to, we supposed to protect us. Now then felt negligible because of course the opposition, not live up to the billing. So yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, let me come to you quickly, because I go one for let we end on the very subject of the question of this particular program, whether all of what we would only deliberate so. Whether Ecowas not the solution, whether Ecowas will be the answer. But just before we do that, I want to let you rub more on this, because you being outlined, a lot of things surrounding this entire process as well. So I extend the thing within on the screen and highlight section E, where no person shall be elected president of Sierra Leone until or unless at the presidential election he has polled out less than 55% of the valid votes. We're waiting at the answer there, but I mean, there's an argument there to be made. And in the default of candidates being duly elected under paragraph E, the two candidates with the highest number of votes shall go forward to a second phase, which in the case Imran and others have been making. And I'm sure you're on that same side as well. But with questionable results, we are where we are. And then going back to the elected presidents, how they are sworn, how they assume office and so on. You want for explain this to we waiting what this is and waiting really wrong?
My brother, there is nothing wrong with the laws. The laws are perfect and they are workable if applied correctly.
Exactly. I love you, my brother.
What's wrong? Now the people are already in charge for dispense them law and for enforce them. That is the problem. That's where the problem lies. It has nothing to do with it. It's just like, if you look at so many different countries, for example, in Australia today, a prime minister is elected today. The ECSL or the Electoral Commission don't announce the outcome of the election. The prime minister, they take office today, swear in today. You understand?
There we go. Exactly.
Yes. So I am saying that there is nothing wrong with the laws that we have in Sierra Leone.
Exactly.
What's wrong is that if you look at me, I spend time in Sierra Leone. I go there for a whole year, sometimes 7 months. I spend time, I invest my time. If you look at any department, just take any department, for example, you look at like the out in column, with any department I look at, tourism. You look at tourism. If you look at the documents, the structures where they get in place, is better than the structure that Gambia has in place. Is far better written and presented. The roadmap is far better than most other countries in West Africa. But we are at the bottom of it. You understand? Yeah. We are at the bottom when it comes to tourism. We are nowhere close to any of our neighbors. We are at the bottom. Why? It's because those guidelines, those rules, those laws that we have in place have not been followed. Now, when they talk about, I feel so they put the cat in front of the horse. We talk about the PR system in reference to the question we raised. We talk about the PR system. Who said that PR system passed?
Yeah, hello.
You understand? The PR system passed. Parliament began a key role for play. After all the fet where you say Parliament now is been deemed most corrupt.
Hello?
After all the couscous where you see what happened.
They are not here.
Welcome back. Gabriel, when you come down there.
They are not hearing me there.
Yes, clear. Yeah.
We can hear you, brother. After all the couscous what happened, what happened at the end of the day? It passed through. A brighter example of Wutin, they tell you, this same APC party then pulled 10 members of parliament. They still went to parliament and continued. Nothing
that's
changed.
My point. That's my
APC party. Not just highlight the systemic issue, the issues we'll get as citizens. We own responsibility. We know they uphold. You look at the recent way APC abstained from all functions of government. The recent one will happen in terms of parenterally in comments, the clerk of parliament, the duplicity in that. You understand the compromises that were made. Why make APC go back? APC go back, go presidents to meet with them. They achieved nothing. There was no tangible outcome achieved. If you look deep into it, now monetary transactions then don't overshadow all the processes that were happening in the country. So what I'm saying to you in the bottom line is that until we as citizens, we actually stand up for the rights, for the rule of law in Sierra Leone, nothing is going to change because the people who they elect, then they will use the money for influence us. You understand? Look at Moses. What's Moses? We don't become the PRO of SLPP today. You understand? That guy was an advocate, was a civil advocate in Sierra Leone for decades. Now he don't become PRO for SLPP. You understand? These are the things. We don't get people with integrity. Now that makes you see people like us, Imran and others. Somebody will point say, yeah, it's inconsistent. Imran is inconsistent. Because we don't stand for, I don't stand for political party. I stand for the interest of Sierra Leone. If you stand for the interest of Sierra Leone, you cannot align with one political party consistently.
Yeah, but said. Yeah, continue.
Yes.
I want to interject on that point quickly, but just land, please.
Well, my brother, not to explain no.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry.
A minute here. Sorry, the internet too bad. I've been left with Mr. Imran T. Mr. Imran T. Also have been left on that issue of electoral justice and about them. No, that's something they were being asked before. Just after that, we can find out they're knowing that the Ecowas.
Jalo, all you thought right there, you will come in with this shortly, maybe in a minute, because that's where we're going to end on the electoral justice and on the basis of the question of this program, whether Ecowas is the answer, and etc. Because after you left, Imran deal with that lengthily, and but it will find you come back, low we end them on that basis there, because we get the show almost they approach 2 hours, which is kind of lengthy now, so 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes will be appropriate for let everybody address the issue. So what's happening is you've been to say something, I'm trying to interject, but I feel you've been to say something very important. So I just want to let you continue quickly and land where Imran said not to you have played. I don't know whether or not you have played no more than land.
About Nagati.
Yes. Well, I've been a comment on the fact that we as citizens hold a greater responsibility towards the rule of law in our country. The rule of I have a lot of examples that we see every day. Look at what happened in Liberia. Liberia, close to us, the closest country to us, Liberia. There's rule of law there, no matter how you look at it. Now, the only country now we don't see in modern times where president they lost election by less than 10,000 votes. Less than that. Incumbent, he give up presidency. You understand? There were protests organized. They shut down the entire country for days. Liberia, where they close to us. There's rule of law there. No matter how you look at it. In fact, the rights of citizens in Liberia is stronger than Sierra Leone. You can't even compare it.
Yeah.
You can't compare it.
And of course you want, if you whatever they protest against David Weir, if they go, they give the people in water, then they protest against them.
A better way you don't change the man name to David.
George Weir.
Yeah. You understand? So what am I saying? Until we able to come together as citizens, all the law there, we have laws. Sierra Leone get the best law. Sierra Leone, don't ever forget. In the 60s, 70s, 80s, Sierra Leone was the best country when it comes to education in Sierra Leone.
The problem there, which is true, is we don't deteriorate, we don't retrogress to the point we did so now. Because you're absolutely right. Me and Imran, we don't get this conversation at the background many a times. Once the anthem of education, law and order, respect, social justice. You can go to the courts and expect some justice, respectability, fairness, opportunity, all the key balls in words. But gradually, up to the time we will come to war, remember, all that they lead we to war because the country will just go backward. They lead we to war, thousands of we compatriots then die. And 30 years plus after, look what's happening there. People, they cheat in elections and win elections over, we don't reflect the will of the people, and they still dance around the capital, and you still get people where they attend and make case for them online. But my bigger point is, yes, you and Imran, they in line with this, and I believe Gabriel is too, and I am. How do we move forward for attain this oneness? We will bring we to the ideal nation where we aspire for. How do we come to this? Because the nation is kind of tribal now. Identity politics is rife and on the rise. How do we come to this?
My brother, we don't need to align. We don't need to align. We need to be ourselves. If everybody true to themselves, even if it's a few chunk of people true to themselves, we will achieve the collective goals of our nation. That's what needs to happen. We need to be true. If you say people in the be somebody really do bad, it's because they're not true to themselves. That's the only reason. If you're true to yourself, you will never align with anything that is going wrong. You stand up for what is true.
I agree with you.
And when you stand up for what is true, the country benefits, your community benefits, your family benefits, the entire world benefits from it. Now, let me say something in that light. Sierra Leone, we don't listen to the cross section, we don't listen. The only way fundamental change will come about is from the top. I say this. The only way fundamental change will come about is from the top. We saw that with Pakaba. Pakaba may his soul rest in peace. Now the only man will get even make rebel leader vice president. That's Sierra Leone, because he wanted peace so much. He was so hungry for peace, and that peace where he pushed so much for, he watered down through the fabric of Sierra Leone. That 10-year war destroyed a lot of people. Destroyed the country not only physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically. There was a lot of destruction, but because of the leadership we see from Pakaba, we able to shake hands with the enemy. It make sure say people understand what it means. The sacrifice we need for let peace reign in the country. It watered down throughout the country. Now that's what we need. We need a leader when we just can't tell we say I bring about fundamental change and do follow the rule of law, ensure rule of law. These are the things that President
absolutely. Gabriel, we quickly run out of time. You want to take charge of your show, please?
Okay. Sir Prince, I'll tell you. Thank you.
Somebody said
yes, me sure. Sorry, because
Imran will come to that. I see you when you read.
I'll go protest. I'll file a protest to MTN for this internet. What I want to say, I disagree with for some time now. I don't disagree with Sir Prince for this because majority of Sierra Leoneans believe say APC people gonna court. Me no be agree to that because even when APC no gonna court, when they no gonna court, sorry, thank by that lawyer, he gonna court. What happened? But now when
what do you disagree with? You mean me advocating for them for don't go to court?
No, you agree say they will go to court, but I disagree. I agree with them when they not go to court. They're not going no justice.
Oh, okay. Me and you disagree.
If they go to court, now be waste of time.
Yeah.
Now
disagreement is healthy. That mean are looking on.
Yes, because APC if APC be going to court, they not forget no justice. You in judiciary. But now what I want to find out. The crusaders of the electoral justice. Now, the Ecowas courts not get a jurisdiction for address constitutional matter. How then believe say they will get this electoral justice? How? Because Ecowas courts not get jurisdiction at all. The only courts will get authority for adjudicate over an electoral issue. Now, the Supreme Court or the Constitutional Court, we get precedent for that. I want to ask Mr. Imran T. Let's tell we when they go to this ECOWAS court, then really find out if this ECOWAS courts get that jurisdiction.
My brother, to start with, first somebody talk for say would they bypass the courts of Sierra Leone. Not to Sierra Leonean citizens, then bypass the courts of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leonean courts, judiciary, and bypass we. By them not taking them legal responsibility seriously. We get what they call balance of power. That will only happen when the judiciary they remain independent. Me host Mr. Jallo talk for say he not be believed for going to court. That is an indictment in the judiciary for let you citizens then not trust you at all for good day. And Afrobarometer said the most corrupt entities in our country. Now we court and we parliament. But now
and we police.
Look what happened here, Peter Thomas. We all see the lawyer then go make elections. The same thing where ECSL do 99. So me when people like come out and they talk, they expose the idiocy, it can really trouble me because they get this political party obsession. And anybody will get upset.
That's a strong language. That's a strong language. I want to respect the opinion. And a strong language. I want to respect the opinion.
No. I respect them, but I have to say it. Because anybody where you get obsession, anybody where you see get addiction, anything, you get mental problem. Because we get a court system. We don't bypass we.
And the Ecowas courts not get jurisdiction over that case. How? They are not getting.
That's the point. So now get that point.
When you get a country, your country gets treaties that we then sign. Any treaty where you sign, it don't become una law. We sign treaties then with the United Nations. We sign treaties with Ecowas. We sign treaties with how you call them? With
AU, African
with AU. We got a lot of treaties.
European
Anything where we sign, like for instance, Naya, I get what they call the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. That is ICCPR. It recognizes the right of citizens to participate in public affairs and to access public information. The data, the public information. If you can't apply, see, ECOWAS protocol on democracy, good governance, calls for open access to elections data as a precondition for free and fair elections. We signed to that. If you come on there, go back, Naya, how you call yourself, the legal grounds. Constitutions of Sierra Leone. Okay, that is that. Election Act, international instruments, African Charter. We got the African Charter on democracy of election and governance. Sierra Leone, as a signatory, is bound to promote transparency and credible elections. You see, these are all treaties what we signed.
Yeah, but the question will be, Mr. Tu.
Yes, the question
whether
the
these people
me
have
as the
jurisdiction.
Prince.
Yeah, but
me
the question still remains whether they have jurisdiction over the law of the land. I mean, superiority over the law of the land. Yes, you signed the treaty.
We have signed it. It has been incorporated in our laws.
Are we incorporated?
Yes. Because when you sign a treaty, it don't become part of your law. And if you go back to the Constitution,
let me add something.
If you go back to the Constitution, the president wrote that in the fountain of honor and justice, and now it's duty for make sure say every treaty what we sign, na Sierra Leone, now the president is duty for make sure say it happened. It is part.
Yeah.
To an extent, it's true. As we say, there is no law. There is no law over Sierra Leone. There is no other law.
That's the point. That's the bottom line. We can talk about treaties and agreements, but above the laws of the country, no law an agreement, and the country can disagree.
Of the nation.
So does that mean people like don't go to for just left and so?
No. That's not what we say. But let
as the host, they allow me to manage my program as the host. Okay. Now, Mr. Imran don't bring in submission. But before I turn on to Thomas, I want to say two things about that court. Number one, that court not get any. First of all, the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone we established 1961. That court established 2001. That court not gets no jurisdiction over constitutional matter, none at all. Then again, even if that court, Thomas will be witness, when that court pass a law, then pass a judgment for Sam Sumana, for letting give him some payment. When that payment was not made, what did that court able to do? Which authority that court has? Because what you make to say so, people and they don't get hope when they read Imran Silas, they read Mr. Jallo Jamburia, they read what I'm saying that these courts, before the crusaders of this electoral justice go to this court, then find out if this courts, then find out say this courts not get any authority adjudicate over a constitutional matter. Then find out say
let me respond. Yes, respond. The first things first, we all need to agree on. There is no other law which supersede the Constitution.
That's the greatest point. Yeah.
There is none. That are the supreme laws we govern Sierra Leone. However, Sierra Leone they make commitment to an agreement or other laws outside Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone they make commitment where we need for keep That's where the regional one, when the Ecowas comes in. That's where when the continental one, when the AU comes in. The international ones, EU, United Nations, and all of this. Those are commitments. But none of those laws supersedes the laws of the land through the Constitution. You understand? Now, the second point where you say APC and tripartite people in Fogona, Ecowas, and all of this. Let me tell you. Now, this same APC government, this same APC party, when Sam Sumana take na ECOWAS, he go they ignore the ECOWAS ruling. This same APC now they go can't do something bad too. Then they go take
unfortunately, I disagree with you on that point. Not all APC then do. Now the citizens of Sierra Leone, because when it comes to voting, autonomy, now the right to choose, and the right to choose are a right of every individual. Not all APC get that right.
What do they say? Now APC been in governance at the time. You understand? APC was in governance at the time when Sam Sumana go to ECOWAS court for go seek redress.
Okay.
Because the legal system in Sierra Leone at the time, the courts in Sierra Leone at the time is as in the same case now when we talk about APC their own grievances. Then we don't compromise with the APC government at the time. So Sam Sumana go seek redress now with court system. Then Bulliande, he said, okay, he not get justice. He go to ECOWAS court. ECOWAS court and justice. The APC-led government at the time refused for respect the rulings. Now, imagine this same APC party now, where governance then disregard ECOWAS ruling. Now they now go to ECOWAS, they say no.
Not all APC go to ECOWAS, though. Now we make that clear. Not all APC go there. And let me make it clear now. Let me make it clear now. We group, it is party neutral, it is tribally neutral, it is religiously neutral. We place Namaslas the way all man they can there, he left his Susnado. We want to now we make this clear. Yes, we do. We get NGC, people that want to be NGC. Let me tell you.
I don't say NGC.
Right now, me don't make a disclaimer. Prince not a witness. I suspending my membership with APC totally. Once they get this kind of
not you as a person, I am telling you, when I not get one member that group play, not possible.
Okay.
No, well, you
make one quick point before Gabriel come in.
We get a very credible organization.
Okay.
We are fighting for the citizens of Sierra Leone. Let me tell you right now, if there is a party where I dislike because of their conduct, I dislike APC right now past SNPP.
All right.
Because as an opposition, they have failed.
Imran.
Oh my goodness.
Imran, let me say this.
Then SNPP as a government, they have failed.
Let me say this, Imran. I have known you for years. I know say you now one person. I know say other thing. I'll question a lot of things about you, but I will never question the fact that it's map. Not it's map. You don't hide behind your fingers. I give you that. I never question that. When you tell me about who say you did whatever, I believe it because I know you don't hide behind your fingers. But what I'm trying to say here is that until we learn, we as citizens for push, where APC being a power, where they disregard ECOWAS, what they call ECOWAS ruling. When they're only out of power, now they need ECOWAS. What I'm saying is that we as citizens kept quiet when all those bad things were happening. We kept quiet. We need for stand up for push. Say we
I agree with you.
People
That's what I'm pleading for.
In positions of power and authority for respect the laws of the land. Yes. For respect agreements they don't put in place. Institutions where they don't form, where they don't commit to. They have to respect it. Until we actually able to push the government, we leaders them for do the right thing. We will continue for day in this cycle of questioning and
exactly. Yeah, if I can just say something quickly again, because we don't just go 3 minutes over the 2-hour mark, and we need for the show.
Yeah, because I want to have my dinner.
Yeah, there we go. You don't take your sleeping pills?
I don't think so.
Anyway, just for add something quickly to waiting here BDC, and Imran BDC as well, and it's important for that we understand this. We go to the Sam Sumana in case, which now been precedent, huge one, because it will get so much constitutional underlying to that particular case day. And scholars of the law, they get for study this decades after probably we are gone. They get for be Sam Sumana versus Sierra Leone, or Sierra Leone versus Ecowas and things like that. I have no doubt about it. But I want for let we fast forward to even during the last minute of the APC era, in which APC obviously began representative in the court in form of the APC leader in the parliament. Time for vote, we know what's in the happen, we know what's in the say inside the, even though other nationality them, we be representative of the country, they say different things, because they observe what's in the happen in the country in terms of security, which was lacking. And we all understand that, so needless to go over that. But for ending the show, before I go to Imran, do you think ECOWAS, knowing what we don't know now, because I think we all come to this show, we know some, we don't know some. Now we know better than we knew before we came to the show. Do you think ECOWAS now the solution to this problem?
You know,
or will be, if I can say, will be a solution.
When it comes on social issues, it's always controversial because one cap not fits all. They say, now we get a proverb, we say, the one that we get cap, they not get hit. The one that we get hit, they not get cap. But if you look at things in real context, as me and Peter must don't talk now, if only the people that will stand behind protocols, because even Janama, protocol lady, if we say we follow protocols, we all come together, the sky will be our limit. We can achieve anything where we want. But right now, people are saying, oh, it will be jurisdiction of this, jurisdiction of that. So people have us done and not do nothing. I feel to say we have done the right thing. Let's go out there as we have gone. Give our all to fight for the rights of Sierra Leoneans. That includes all of us. Midadi can say, if you don't try, don't expect anything. If you don't plant, you don't go harvest. So we have planted our case. And when are we all case? It's up to Sierra Leone and let we all get the end. What we don't do. Rather than people that they come out, oh, nothing will go happen. What do you believe now it happen? If you believe say for happen and you force issues for happen, if every Sierra Leonean where sovereignty belongs to, team up diligently behind this with principle. And obviously nothing will stop with. For me, I have an open mind about life. Life is supposed to be elastic, it's not rigid. It is better for us to do something than we do nothing. We have gone there. Let us wait and see. When we reach the bridge, we go cross some. But as I say, we get another case where we put in at the International Court of Justice. Any time we consider the world with the Keredengo. Because it is a shame for let people that they say, they bypass when I go on the other side. We not ever bypass Salon Court. Now by Salon Court, now bypass we don't let them. Salon Court not interested about the welfare of the country. They are one of the arms of government. If they had been independent, if they have been prudent, if they have been professional in their jobs, taking their responsibilities and their duties seriously, we're not going to be still in the effects in Akenema. Therefore, we don't set example for Win Akenema when the political class foresee and say, wow, this is how we should be doing it. But rather, then do the same kind of thing what the governments do. And in fact, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because what would they do so as citizens? This is not a test case where it not happen anywhere in Africa. Now we first don't do one, Sierra Leone. So
Imran, quickly,
yes,
Imran, quickly again. we now, I don't know whether you buy into that idea of, because your interpretation of treaties and agreements, which sort of bind some kind of agreement with nation states, but you still get independence and sovereignty. So a state can renege on the agreement they will sign and decide for come out, just like how you sort of explained. And that takes me back, finally to, do you think that ECOWAS will resolve this problem?
I believe say ECOWAS go resolve because we fingered in at the mud. Because you see, when they talk about sovereignty, if we go school, we understand what is sovereignty mean. We are sovereign. Are we sovereign? When we census, then they pay for it. Not to never pay for we census. We are sovereign. We never pay for even we own elections. We are sovereign. We depend for them and give we rest before we rest now we country. So if we're ready for breach those treaties, these people that are helping us will say, why should we be helping people that are not helping themselves? So there are implications. There are going to be implications. Because you are there in that club, they get rules that what you sign to, you get obligations for follow those rules. And you know able to feed you people them. You know able to run your own country. If you want to get one as Sierra Leone, if ECOWAS not be can't help we, Sierra Leone for don't finish. Now they can't help we. Do you want to mess with those people? People that you know you can call upon and they will be there. These are things we have to ask ourselves. Because if anybody gets a moral compass, you get your country. Your country not respect treaties. Like if Pajalo and Mipadi now, and they promise all the things they come, and they can't fena, they are not the come. Anytime I talk to her now, he will take me word as empty breeze and not going to respect me. So Sierra Leone, we really forget to respectability back by respecting our own constitution, respecting treaties that we signed to. And the whole reason we make with the good now because then we ask ourselves the truth of the matter. Now because we don't respect our own constitution. If we be respect to the constitution, all these problems we get, it will be null and void.
Okay.
They not probably happen in the first place.
Okay. Mr. Thomas. Yeah. Now, you, for instance, you remember, say, when APC lost power to SLPP, when SLPP did the campaign, then all been promised, say, then they promise Sam Sumana, see, when Sam Sumana come, then go respect the ECOWAS ruling for this, because the ECOWAS courts not being ever touched that constitutional area for reinstate Sam Sumana. They say they're violating human rights. They say they forget and back some in financial benefits because the ECOWAS courts no get that authority. Only the just Salon Constitution get that authority. And when Sam Sumana come na power, when APC SLP come na power, they don't even give Sam Sumana the money. They even begin harass the man. Now, what make would they say this, sir? What make would they say this? What make would they ask this very, very strong question? The way will people let it think? My late mama will just like so. If you see and if you hear incident before he died a few months ago, he believe in this electoral justice. So he believes that any time from now, then go reverse this election, then Samura Kamara become president. And because the one way they advocate, the lead advocate for this electoral justice is Samura Kamara. So, Mr. Iya Thomas, for you feel say this ECOWAS courts gets that legitimacy, that judicial authority for reverse this election, and you feel you get what your confidence level for this?
I feel say we need to distinguish the potential outcome from we commitment. These are completely different things. The last title, we commitment as a nation, it measure we integrity as a country. Mm-hmm. We commitment to treaties. You understand? As a country, it measure in fact a value where we country will possess. We image. It's so important. When we put a commitment, just like a man, you know what see you a man. If you commit to something and you don't see it through. Mm-hmm. Sierra Leone is a signatory to ECOWAS. It's a member state of ECOWAS. So it's our commitment to ECOWAS. It's very important. And now we get the presidency of ECOWAS. So it's so important that when we commit to something, we actually abide by its dictates. It's very important. Somebody mentioned the war, how ECOWAS helped for bring peace in Sierra Leone. And several other areas. Liberia is an example. Alan Column. Gambia is an example for a smooth transition for making a Jamaica commodity. All these, we have to look at those things and know the importance of those commitments that would make. Yes, Sierra Leone government can say then they disregard whatever ECOWAS ruling is. But a real government where one ensure that we image and credibility with international, regional, and global partners is maintained at the highest standard, will make sure that whatever ruling is there is actually respected to the letter. Now, do I believe whatever the outcome is, the BO government is going to respect it? No, I don't. The reason why I don't is because it's been evident. We talk about Sam Sumana case.
Sure.
You understand?
Let me bring Sam Sumana as an example.
ECOWAS make a ruling during APC times. APC disregarded it. Not a single civilian stand up or say anything. When I say single, I mean like majority of civilians were quiet. Then during this BO time, in 2021, just before after COVID, ECOWAS made another, reinforce that ruling again and say, BO government for ensure that Sam Sumana is paid. You understand? Instead, we Minister of Information, Rado Soare, which is a good friend of mine, went on all media outlets, they laugh at Sam Sumana. I see Sam Sumana, they play cook. You understand? And people laughed about it. So what am I saying? If those bigger cases that both governments, past and current governments, played down and ignored, you understand? What is the chance that a group of well-minded citizens, when they don't come together, congregate together for ensure electoral justice, that the government of BU is going to listen to them? The chances are very low. That is my honest assessment of it.
Sir Prince, Sir Prince, I want to rub more on this. Let's just rub more on this matter, because what make I want to rub more on this matter? The fact of the matter is, even though there are grievances where we don't present, where Sierra Leone don't present to ECOWAS courts, Sierra Leone don't invite the United Nations for engaging war crime courts, then come and we don't get all other convention. But when you come to the Constitution, that one court gets that authority, no other courts no get under the wall. So if we know, say, by no courts no get that authority for interpret to Constitution, what do you think, say, for the tell people now, by your observation?
Nobody not going to court to the ECOWAS to go interpret to Constitution, no. Not to that to go to
ECOWAS. What did I say, sir? ECOWAS not gets that. If you go on their own website, they not get the authority at all. They not.
No, not to that. We're not going to court for. We're not going to court for interpretation of the law of Sierra Leone. Not to that can we go. I feel to say you don't go on a tangent.
No, what I mean, excuse me, sir. What I mean, I'll follow on a program now. We had while listening the program now we had, and Mr. Jambori Abindidi, the other man from Freetown Bidede, I read all within them, all the quotation, and all within take unana courts, na ECOWAS courts. The only court we get the authority for intervene in that matter na the Constitutional Court, the Supreme Court, and no courts not get that authority for intervene in those matters.
That is not correct. That is not correct. We not go there for interpretation. We go with.
I'm not saying. I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying you go for interpretation.
Why do they have ECOWAS courts if they're not instrumental in issues now West Africa? Why do we have the courts then?
I know, but then yes, I don't find out outside the court. The courts get level where you know the cross, and the issue they own at Kerbo, the courts not able to pretend over them. Yes, sir, Prince. Sir Prince, we're not there, you.
Me, I can't let you now. I want to go first something eat.
I mean, if you say you know which I'm on the background quickly, but let's make this quickly before you.
We'll wrap up now. We'll wrap up now.
This is not issue. It's a very good. It's a very good
we'll wrap
question.
up now.
Yeah,
we'll wrap up now.
Maybe
We'll wrap up now. The final fist.
We're gonna need to do a part 2 to this.
Yeah,
you see, we not program
do a part 2 to this.
For do a part 2, but let me go quickly. It's a brilliant question and point where you exercise, and I don't talk about many a times. There are complexities in the thing that we will try to talk about and how to work around them, and this is very important. The issue of sovereignty, not to play. I mean, we can say when you say you get independence and you go big, it make absolutely a good case, but that not mean say you not get independence. They can laugh at you, say, well, if you say you get independence, why they can't ask me for funds and this and that and what have you? But you do have independence and recognized by the United Nations and other body them. But the bigger case here being made is the courts of the land, the law of every sovereign country reigns supreme. We need to forget that loud and clear. Yes, you can sign agreements with other countries, them or other entities, them, but these are agreements. They can be broken, and sometimes in those agreements, they are not enforceable now arrangements. And if you broke away from that, maybe there are punitive measures. And in some cases, let's say, for example, we have an agreement with the United States of America, and as a consequence of that agreement, the way we get, and they expect we expect we on side of the bargain, and we expect that, but the relationship not equal, and maybe we are the main benefactors from that agreement. Let we say we agree, say then go they ship all the how you call on the illegal immigrants into we country, and we sign up to that. It's an agreement we will sign between them, and for that reason, and they give me $30 million every year or every month. And if we renege on that promise date, then that 30 million they stop coming, and we don't come for depend on this. And I simplify them, but there are other issues as well. But nothing reigns supreme over the law of a sovereign country. Nothing. Yeah. And what you mean to say, Gabriel, and if I understand now well, there's nothing binding. Nothing really binding, you know. So we broke the agreement. We expect, say, Ecowas, they expect, say, well, you are a signatory. And when we pass something, if you don't agree, then depending on the gravity of the situation, we might impose some sanctions on you. We can suspend you from the associate. We can't force you, you know, for change your law and what have you, but we can suspend you of the association, or we stop for ship certain commodity them, or strike you off. I mean, this is the way international things, you know, yeah, kind of work, because there is kind of mutual respect for your sovereignty. Now respect, now you go lost because you fail for abide by the agreements and they kind of sign. And when a case of this kind, like where Imran and they take so, which is a very good case, all it does is it exposes the country in judicial system, say, a questionable. Yeah, but Ecowas they can't overrule that, because even if Ecowas want to take an action over matter bill on the basis of the complaint and constitutionality and etc., they have to go to the AU, and then from the AU to the UN. The UN looms large over them kind and things there. Now, thing where the Secretary General and the UN get for deliberate on, and then pass the mantle down to AU and AU to the regional body ECOWAS. So it is, you know, yeah. And the case of Sam Sumana is brilliant. Now let me just end on this, because you mentioned earlier, say, me and you differ on the issue of going to court, and we understand why. I respect your position on differing with me, and you make it clear why. But the same thing is said, the idea that you get you court, and don't think that I trust the court for one bit because they are precedents, so I agree. But that don't mean say you don't put the court to a stress test. That don't mean say if you get complaint, so every jack can complain where you get out of the country, now ECOWAS, now they can't go, now AU, now they can't go. No. It doesn't work that way. Now, after you fail to get reprieve within your system, that's the kind of complaint that you come out with where gravitas say, where you see we don't test the system, we don't go up to
we
this
have
level.
met that criteria, my friend. Don't go there.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
very
but
much.
that's my point, and I rest my case.
Marada going to across the
ladies, so gentlemen,
it go after, and it only try for prove the point where some of una they make say, like say you know for going to the court. What this Sengbe Soimara do is it put the court to a stress test where supposed to happen after you have been denied that we're not going to court because we're not getting evidence.
Dear,
but
this
so
talk
go
on
and
the
want
talk
to use
this talk on the talk
is
all theoretical.
Yes.
What we concerned about now how this their action there they affect person where disabled, where less able, where not able to rub two pennies together, where just alone the language, now they matter to me.
Okay.
And then decisions there, now then people and they when are real people, now then they suffer. Not to me and you, where they can't sit down and they talk jargon.
But the man when you complain against is still a sitting head of state recognized by the body where you report to. Do you see the contradiction right there? The man is the chairman of the body when you go report to.
We never
yes.
But the man is the chair of the body where you go report to. And quick one, Gabriel. A large body of the All People's Congress believes they therefore lodge a complaint. The decision not to file a complaint was largely political. If you ask all the big wigs, then because APC organized an extra body, they invite other people and inside the highest making decision body, which is not, they bring other people and lawyers them inside that body they for deliberate on the issue. And there was a huge consensus that they should go to court because no lawyer no go tell you say no go to court.
We don't go out of topic. Can we go BBS?
Yes.
Now the reason this way make debates not a progress now in country. We don't pass that stage day. We are here now.
Okay.
We don't go to Ecowas. Whatever
Thank you very much.
Where we reach that bridge, we go cross them. What do they talk about so now? Now what's under the bridge? We have to look at things for the merits.
Thank you very much.
Taking that opportunity where people like Una fail for do.
Imran, I wish you guys.
Where at least
I wish you guys well. I wish you guys well.
They talk about they put them big English from Oxford and Cambridge and encyclopedia.
Saprince and Mr. Imran.
People like the suffer and I know that
we all know.
We focus on. And we don't get the system when they work. We get a system where they provide the services where they are meant to do. And all those roles that are failing the people, these are all legal rules. Now, legal duty. That legal obligations they have, but they all don't fail. And at this very constitution, now give the instructions. They have failed in following those instructions. Then full jargon. Before we can join me, let we do what we need for the country.
What are the rights to Ecowas highlights?
Thank you very much, Saprince. Yes, Saprince. Hello, Saprince. Thank you very much. But let me tell you something. Two things. Low round up here. Two things happen in Kenya. Me, I look for president. Two things happen in Kenya.
No, can we go to Kenya? First time in a court. Now we matter about. No, why everybody? We want you, Mr. Jallo, for participate. For now, we get due diligence.
But you get for
Mr. Jallo. All participate. For now, we get
of the debate. You get for making Mr. Jallo that you need for the side.
Listen, Saprince, listen. What you make? I've been telling you, see.
They can't go so. They can't left una.
No, they can't round up. They can't give you last statement.
We should make a last statement. This is.
We'll give you last statement.
And we go straight to the issue.
Okay.
Football in the watch so. You see, football in the watch.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to say
your message.
Yes, gentlemen, I want to tell you all thank you. I want to very, very sorry for my internet. I have to work on it tomorrow. And I want to tell Mr. Imran thank you.
Come on, Africa, Canada, Europe, or America.
Okay, I want to tell Mr. Imran thank you. I want to tell Saprince thank you. I'm sorry, but what he may be saying, what he may be hold on to is that at the initial stage, when APCB stands, they know they join that government. The government we don't paralyze. See what is Prince Adi in the military, the government we don't paralyze. At that initial stage. But the same person the way
we don't pass them now. Now we go.
Okay, we don't pass the.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. So, Mr. Yeah, come on, give me last statement.
Imran no yeri.
Give me last.
No yeri you because that's Imran don't go. But if you be yeri you, if we don't deny you back because you say, Samura Kamara na the architect, na the voice of the electoral justice. No, not so you say. So listen, you're not listening any longer.
Samuna Kamara, the prophet.
You know, anybody say that you know some people democracy. Anybody say that you don't know what's in the essence of elections.
But let me leave this for the other one.
Anyway, next. Part 2. Okay, part 2. We arrange part 2. So Mr. Thomas, Mr. Imran, and Sir Prince. Mr. Thomas, I'll give you final message, sir. Briefly.
I just want to say that this is a very healthy conversation and submissions where we all make today, and I hope that the listeners and viewers on all social media platforms, they pick up a thing or two from this. But from my own perspective, personally, as a political activist, what I hope people will gather from today's program is that we all get a role to play in the democracy where we so desperately need it in our country. Everybody get a part to play until each and every one of us take up the responsibility for ensure that democracy is, in a practical sense, very active in our country. We will continue for complaint, and we'll not get anybody for complaining. Nobody's going to come from heaven for counsel of these issues. We all have to come together and take personal responsibility, a collective responsibility for ensure the best interest of Sierra Leone. On that note, I want to thank you, my brother Gabriel Jallo. This is your first program. We want to say a very big thank you to you for hosting us today on TNT. It's great to be here. And I wish you all the best moving forward, and I pray that your program continue to become a success model for everybody else within the field. I also want to say thanks to we brother, me co-participants, my brother Imran T, for a really good program. This is a very successful program. Thank you very much for your time and effort and relentless advocacy for Sierra Leone. It is not easy. Sometimes we come together and fight each other and whatnot, but I understand that's where we all come from because we want the best for Sierra Leone. But at the bottom line, the intentions are for make sure things stay able to stand straight. So a very big thank you to you, my brother Imran, and all the best in my court case. I want to also express thanks to my brother Prince. Prince Kroma don't come a long way. It's like a big brother to most of us. So a very big thank you to you, and thanks to the listeners and viewers, and God bless.
Okay, viewers, I turn over to Mr. Imran T for let you in final word.
You launched it. You didn't attend.
I want to tell first and foremost, the very, very competent and able host. In fact, you're so competent that I know they call you just ordinary Gabriel. From today, you're not Angel Gabriel. You are fantastic.
Somebody just text me. Said, "Is it not Amiman?" I said, "Not Amiman." Somebody text me now. What's up? He said, "No."
I'm glad the way my brother sum up. They ever fail for meet criteria. I'm very thankful while listening to what he say. Me want for buttress upon what he say. All what he talk about. The pinnacle of the issue is the rule of law, Sierra Leone. All man they pull all kind jargon. Now this is supersede. Now that they oversede. Now that they bottom seed. All them issues they're not important. The fact that we get rules. Rules are there to be followed, and they should be followed like a fine-tooth comb. We have had a country, but we don't follow rules. We only complain where it affects we, but where they affect you neighbor, pull him out there, not your business. Let them try it. That is the culture, and that culture it get for stop now.
Thank you very much.
It happened to Sam Sumana. Whatever they enjoy, and the vice president for 8 years, they enjoy. You don't think of the fact is the way where they remove them, it was wrong. If you be the thief money, you don't want to look at, not talk, wait, stay, wait and take advantage, Panam. whether advantage day, if not be you be clean, you not go like that. But when not you picking, not your business, you lock your eye. Because we don't develop a pattern of behavior where we get cross your eye for see waiting wrong. They happen, we get cross your eye. We get cross your eye for see whether they take advantage from people then. We pretend that we not see, we get cross your eye, we get jigena with eye. The real issue what we get now, not the election issues though. The issue is we get a country where they take people landing at their hand. Look what happened now, Black Johnson. People they don't sweat. Years, decades, they don't build their house. Then go take the land at their hand without due process. Broke their house them. You know how painful that is? But not so we affect, we don't care they. These are the issues.
Sure.
Elections take place. They don't samuralize them. It's nothing to do with samura.
Now you're not pulling English to grammar, semantic.
Waiting happen. Waiting happen. And the rule of law, they not follow. We get an entity where suppose we get a duty of care to we for make sure they give we free, fair, transparent, credible elections. They fail. Nobody not get the courage. They not get the testicular courage for say this is wrong. Collectively, we'll not go take them. Because it not affects we directly, it not affects we family. But the fact is, what thing happen, not a samurai affect. Samurai is a service user. Imran Turin a service user. SLPP then a service user. CSL, ECSL did it for Sabui. All. And they fail. We get what they call free will. Where God give we. Now fundamental rights. And even democracy now that he give we the right to choose. Autonomy. When that right is taken, your fundamental rights have been taken away from you. And there is even the American declaration. It said we hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, which are life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And their rights, and the way you don't mix them, you get the right to topple that government today. It is your right to topple that government if they are failing in their responsibilities. Well, here we are. These things are happening, and they've been happening for 61 years. But we not bobo parents dependent. We will just sit on the people and they trample upon us. When they come, Salona, we sabi dictionary. For can begin they argue. When they argue, say, na poyobafa. Ronaldo get money, pass Masti. You there, they eat dry rest. You they argue about other people their accounts where you don't ever see. We have to change that. Honestly, it's very painful. Painful what thing they happen in the country. Rule of law is dead. Anybody will get power past you can do anything to you. You don't get anybody for go cry to. That is not the country I want to live in. That is not the country that any of us want to live. Now that makes we all five within I would run away commodity. And more people in the road they drown now at aside for commodity because of that. That's what it's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Serious. So, Sir Prince,
thank you.
I want to give you final message, so I'll round up, sir. Waiting for
one of the take part. It not be take part.
Not be take part. No. No more. Sir Prince, tell me just a few.
Obviously, quick one. We get people that we accuse of grammar, accuse the platform of grammar, but in the end, they pull grammar class all man. I get for us we begin for bringing dictionary quickly for our consults. And but on a more serious note, I have no doubt in my mind say we all want the same thing for the country. And I can speak specifically for the four of us based on the conversation where we get now. We might be coming from a different point of view. We're not really extreme from each other on this platform.
No.
And some of the things that we will say now, and just for make sure say we get them right. because we know say waiting happened on the 24th of the 23 on the 6th of the 6th. Now absolute travesty, and that will go down now the history books, as a really bad time in the history of the country. Undoubtedly, just that the people the way they rule we and we be wonder, they don't really mind, they don't really care about the legacy. We can absolutely say that it's not about the legacy, it's about the rule where they rule now, how much they're able for thief and accumulate personal wealth and etc. That's all they care about. But it's always a good conversation when we hold that conversation there. People feel say that conversation there and they don't get impact. But we'll get almost 100 people watching you, and if we not even start the program early, and we'll be able for shape them appropriately because I not be mean for partake, then obviously we should have had more than this. Because congratulations to you on your inaugural program. Well done. And I won't say more than Imran has already said. It's always a pleasure to get Imran. If Imran are being, how do I describe this? Like a ticket seller, whenever he appears on a show, he's got an impact. And something where he actually understands, he's got a presence, he's got the verbs and the verbal, he's got it. So it makes sense. Here is another one, but two articulate minds. We disagree and then we connect, and then later on we can get points for reflection and inflection. But well done to you, Gabriel. Many thanks. I have no doubt that your show Sober Talk will be a success, and it's been a pleasure again for co-host with you. Obviously, I've been here for camp because of internet problem, in and out. But at least we pull it off, and I'm really happy about this. That Sober Talk will be a cutting-edge program. And thanks to Imran.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't like fear. Yeah, Gabriel. Okay, we don't lost Gabriel. So the same internet problem. Yeah. Imran, I must left you now. We go talk later. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye-bye.
Yes.
So Tambulan, that was it. I know say we still get almost 90 people and still watching, with this live stream this on 3 different platforms. So if you don't see 90 people, remember say no to that one platform with a live stream and too. But I just want to say thank you to all of those who are with you. We end the show now, so I can begin for wind down because I see the number they fluctuate up and down. We will get a part 2 of this program. I will make sure we'll make arrangements a part 2 of this program where we will go straight to the issue and we'll spend less time because we don't need this length of time, especially for people who want to watch back. On behalf of the Then and Now TNN media program, my name is Prince Emil Kroma, and this is Gabriel. This is Gabriel in show. Is he back? Yeah, okay. This is not Gabriel in show, and luckily he's back, so he will wrap up his own show. Gabriel, you just do a quick wrap, please. Gabriel?
Yeah.
Gabriel, yeah, if you just do a quick wrap, please.
Yeah, Sir Prince. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel, if you can just do a quick wrap because
I use this moment for telling all thank you, Mr. Imran. We don't go. We tell you thank you. We will do a better internet preparation next time. In next show, I talk about the APC and Samura Kamara as an opposition from 2018 to now. Then my next show. My next show we talk about the APC and Dr. Samura Kamara from 2018 to now. The APC, we next show, we evaluate the APC as an opposition. We evaluate the APC as an opposition from 2018. So do you join with the next time, the next program where they get to the evaluate the APC as an opposition and Dr. Samura Kamara as an opposition leader from 2018 to now. So now the next show. So put an diary when you see the flyer next time, say the next show, APC as an opposition from 2018 and Dr. Samura Kamara as the opposition leader from 2018. Thank you, yeah.
Don't back. Bye-bye. If you don't let for call me Mr. I don't want you.
Okay, all right.
Mr.
All right, thank you very much.
Please send me the link of this show so I go send them out on the forum then.
Okay, sir. Please go share the link here.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, on behalf of the TNN Media Empire.
All right.
It's been a marvelous show, and thank you for tuning in. Good night and goodbye to everyone.
Yes, sir, Prince. Good night, man. Wonderful show, ba.
Indeed.